I will count you in. Well, not count you in, but you'll know when it's your turn. Okay? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to an amazing episode of Grace Talks, Diary of a Believer. I am your host, Jalen Telisa, also known as Jalen Phillips. And today we have a special guest. But before I introduce him, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast channel. We are also featured on Apple Podcasts. So be sure to follow us on both of those channels and also on my YouTube, Jalen Telisa. The audio for the podcast is also available there as well. So I know I told y'all I was going to have my husband on the podcast. He agreed. He's here. The one, the only. The boy, Kels, the Wheezy.
Wow. Yes, thank you.
Boy, please.
Thank you for having me here on KSM 104 Radio. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Can you please tell them who you are, what's your name, where you're from?
I am Jalen Phillips. I am the husband of the host, Jalen Telisa.
That's me.
And we're going to tell you our story and what our marriage looks like. So
Yeah. So just because y'all know I tell y'all everything, this episode is non-scripted. It was at the man of God's request that we just kind of go with the flow here. Recently we did see some content regarding relationships, and we would naturally have conversations amongst ourselves, and so we just wanted to basically make this episode like a lens into what our everyday conversations look like. So anyways, I have yet to tell them how we met per se. I got a version, you got a version.
What's your version?
What's my version?
Yeah.
We met in elementary school.
Oh, okay.
That's how I was introduced to Jelon.
Yeah.
In elementary school. Yeah. We were cool. We was friends.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't his type per se. In elementary school, I was not his type.
We were young.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was elementary.
Right.
Your boy was a. Yeah, I was. We were young. Anyway, we were in elementary. We always known about each other or was cool with each other, but we finally got into a class together with Miss Waddell in 4th grade.
We did.
Yeah, and I remember our desks being by each other. We was like,
they were,
like
we was like really friends, like for real.
Yeah. And then, and then, of course, 5th grade, we wasn't in the class together, or 6th grade, and you were supposed to go to Bellevue because everybody went to Bellevue.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
I didn't see you no more.
Yeah, so we definitely got separated after elementary school. My mama moved to like Mississippi, so that happened. But even like it's like, okay, so after elementary school, when was the next time we reconnected? Because I think, of course, Facebook is around, so we were able to kind of connect with everybody on Facebook once we got on.
Yeah, so the next time we connected, it was after high school, after we both graduated, and I was at home, and I was with my cousin Chris, and I was just scrolling through Instagram. Like they had, at the time, they had the Explore page or something. I don't know if they still got that.
It was much different because like that's 2013.
Yeah,
we're showing our age because Instagram has just came out, like, really.
Yeah, so
that's when it was like big block pictures and stuff like that. Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, I was scrolling through the Explore page and I seen a picture of you, and you look familiar, and so I clicked on it, and I immediately knew who you was, and you know, I looked at my cousin. I said, "Dang!" I said, "Man, this Jalen Owens, man, she look fine." I said, "Oh, dang!"
I didn't grow up.
Yeah, and you know, caught me by a complete surprise. You know, I was like, "Dang."
And let me just stop you right there. You want to know why I caught him by a surprise? It's because in elementary school, I dressed like a boy.
Yeah, you was a tomboy.
I dressed like a boy. And I was a bit on the husky side up until like 6th grade when, you know, I was starting to slim down a little bit. Yeah. But I was the homie.
Yeah, you was. You like,
real
cool.
I was the homie.
Yeah,
so when I can only imagine what photo you seen in 2013 because I definitely was not giving homie vibes.
No, you was not. No, you was not. So, Lee, what's she behind all that? But yeah,
babes.
Yeah, I seen that, and he the one that actually told me to like go on the messages, you know, and whatnot, and so I did, and then we got it was October of 2013, and that's when we had our first date or whatnot. And I immediately knew, like, once you came out the house and you came in the car and you sat down and you sat in the passenger seat, I immediately knew, like, yeah, she the one. Yeah, she's the one for me. I really can't explain it. And if a man ever say, like, if a man say that the woman that he's with, that he's married to, that she's the one, he can't explain it, like, I believe that. Like, because you really can't.
Yeah.
You really can't. And especially if they've been, like, married for, like, decades and 18 years and stuff like that. And he'd be like, yeah, I just knew she was the one. I just knew. Like, I totally understand it. So, yeah, and you know, we had a nice little date. We went to Outback and went to the movies, and had a nice little time, you know.
Very wholesome, very innocent, very first date vibes. Like,
opened up the car door for you and everything. I was a gentleman.
You were a gentleman.
Yeah,
that's what stood out the most to me during that era when I was dating or whatever. You were a true gentleman. Like, you picked up the check. Not saying that, you know, but you picked up the check. You opened up the door. You know what I'm saying? You actually viewed a date as dinner and a movie, which is so, like, classic. You know what I'm saying? You didn't invite me to your house to Netflix and chill. You know, you actually courted me that night. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely stood out. And then we already had chemistry because, you know, it's like we grew up together, but we didn't really grow up together.
Right.
But it was definitely an innocence there when we first reconnected in 2013. Yeah.
And then I want to say we went out again. It was probably like maybe some months later or something like that. I remember I was going to putt. I took you to putt, and I remember after putt you was hungry, and we went to Crystals. So I bought some Crystals. Yeah, I remember that. And but yeah, man, we just been hanging out, really, you know.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I wasn't on no funny business or nothing like that, you know, because, like I said, man, I just knew. You know, I just wanted you to be comfortable. I wanted to create a comfortable space for you, and yeah, I think I achieved that as you tell me. So,
yeah.
But yeah. What else?
So we stayed friends, but we never officially dated.
Yeah.
We never officially dated, but you've been around. You told my mama you've been around for like 6 years.
Yeah, so we didn't date, but I was doing dating things.
Yeah.
So I guess what I didn't do was communicate like how I felt about you. I was just showing you, but I never communicated.
Right. Yeah.
Now that I look back, I never communicated that, but I was just showing you like, yeah, I want this to be a real thing. But I think I was so nervous to even actually say how I felt, because I didn't know if you would reject, you know what I'm saying, or I just didn't know. And I know that's like the worst thing that you can say is reject me or whatnot. But man, I ain't wanna hear that. I done put time in. I've been paying. I've been investing.
You've been swiping your card.
Swiping my card. Taking all my little firehouse sub money. You know?
The firehouse sub money is crazy.
That's what I'm working.
Man, because you was.
Yeah.
And then I think in that moment, like, because I would have, I think our wires were crossed a few times where one of us would want to, and then the other would just not receive that communication, and then the other one would kind of want to, but then it was just like the wires kept getting crossed for us to even move like that, you know. And plus, honestly, I was everywhere.
Yeah,
I liked you, but Mama was a Rolling Stone. She was everywhere. She was everywhere. But I it was something about you for sure. Like, you were just so like innocent to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so I guess let's just go ahead and dive into that 6 year period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give the people the tea.
Yeah.
Because you dogged me out in marriage counseling.
I didn't dog you out.
You dogged me out. You dogged me out for sure.
It's facts. It's facts.
So let's just give them that 6 year period. So we I think we kind of separated for a little bit after I pulled up at your house that night.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you pulled up at my house. I was staying with my grandfather at the time, and it was just me and him or whatnot. But you pulled up. It was kind of late, y'all. And we all know what the late nights mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but your boy Jay Phil.
Okay, we're assuming.
your boy Jay Phil wasn't going for that. We sat down.
He
We sat down there on that sofa. She was on one end, I was on the other.
That's true.
And we was watching Power.
We was watching Power
and,
all night.
Yeah, all night. And yeah, I just really wasn't on that type of time. It's could we have done it? Sure, but again, that wasn't my intention with you.
Right.
That was not my intention. That never has been my intention with you. Mm-hmm. And so, we had a good time though.
We did.
We did have a good time.
Yeah.
And you left, and I don't think I heard from you, again.
After that, crazy. He curved me.
Yeah.
He curved me.
Yeah, I curved.
He curved me, child.
Yeah,
but I had a good time. But it was just like, okay, well, I guess he just wants to remain friends. And again, we could have communicated that on the couch, like, hey, I'm kind of feeling you, like, I kind of want to stop the rigmarole. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we just failed to do that.
Yeah,
so.
and I was just, I wasn't good at communicating like that. You know what I'm saying? I was never, I don't know if you can like teach that or whatnot, but I guess I didn't feel comfortable because I didn't know what the outcome would be.
Yeah.
And if I did have an outcome in my head, of course it went to the negative side. So.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely could have communicated. And then now I think, thinking back on it now, like on that 6-year span, and after that night, the very next time I believe I heard from you was when it was on a Thanksgiving night. And at this time I'm in a relationship with another woman. So, and you text me, which was like crazy, like, because I'm at her house, you know what I'm saying? You text me out of nowhere, and I'm sitting there watching TV, and I get a text. Thank God she wasn't around. You know what I'm saying?
Dirty.
Yeah, thank God she wasn't. No.
That's why I say you gotta delete them numbers.
No.
We'll talk about that later.
You text me, and I still had your number saved or whatnot, and you text me, happy Thanksgiving. Just want to, tell you happy Thanksgiving or whatnot. And in that moment, I was giddy as a mug. I know that's so bad, but I'm just being truthful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this is the place for it.
Yeah,
speak your truth.
I was giddy, and I hurry up, text you back, like, so I can get off my phone, and she wasn't, but. Not saying that she did go through my phone. It's just that I didn't want to create that type of space.
Yeah.
Whatnot. And so.
How considerate.
Yeah. 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 I text you back, and again, that was all I heard from you.
Yeah.
And man, what was like? I don't think we hung out.
No,
we didn't hang out. We didn't even talk
physically. See each other until like post Jace.
Yeah, so let's
go ahead and fast forward it a little bit, cause like
to Jace. Yeah. So he was born in 2018.
Yeah.
So at this time, we're on Facebook now, so you posted a pregnancy photo on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I seen that one day, and I seen that, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
I was
shattering.
Yeah, I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken, and I was like, "Golly." Man. She out here doing this, man. Like that.
Out here having sex. She done disappeared for 5 years. Out here having sex.
What is? I told my brother, I said, man, she out here effing around, man. But
crazy.
But yeah, I had a little laugh about that, but. In the midst of me saying that and like processing all of that, I had this crazy thought that came to fruition today. But I had this crazy thought, and I said, and it's like I never gave up on you. And I was like, man, if I ever get the opportunity to be with that woman, man, that boy is gonna be mine, or that child is gonna be mine.
Right.
You know, so I'm gonna treat that child as mine. And at a very young age too, I said that.
Yeah.
Because you had him at 23, so
23,
we had to be 23 years old.
Right.
When I said that.
Yeah.
23 or 22 when I said that. I was like, man, that child will be mine.
Yeah.
And so that was 2018. And yeah, so we started talking.
Yeah.
We got
so
back.
2 years. No. Yeah. So 2018.
No, you had hit me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had hit me up.
Like, you were trying to step in even before Jace got here. Like, you was like, like, I don't know if he was here already.
I think he was.
Was he here already?
Yeah.
Because he was like, you was trying to buy Pampers, milk. He's like, you need anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you were willing to step in, like, right away.
Yeah.
Like, hot off the press.
Because I had that mindset to where, like, if I was gonna be with you, I had to accept what had came with you, and me not communicating but showing, I'm accepting both of y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the mindset that I had.
Right.
But again, that wasn't communicating.
Yeah.
What my intentions were.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because. Yeah, it was. I would say it was a lot. I think he was here, but he was new.
Yeah, he was brand new.
Yeah. So it was a lot, given my personal situation surrounding him and my stability and everything. So I did. Speaking of communication, Christmas comes around.
Yeah.
Christmas of that year comes around, and
it's 2018.
This is still 2018. Yeah. 2018.
Yeah, and I didn't get him a gift.
It was just me.
It was just you.
Yeah.
It was just you. And it was just a small little gift, y'all. It was, some smell goods from Bath and Body Works, man, I don't even know how many bottles of stuff I got.
It was maybe like 4.
Was it 4?
4, 3. It was more than one. I'll say that. It was more than 2. I want to say 4.
I thought I was finna say 6 or 7.
It was 6 or 7?
Yeah, it was some stuff in there.
Okay.
It was some stuff.
It was a lot, though. I don't know. I want to say maybe 4, though. I'm not really sure.
I don't know, but...
Because I had it in the bathroom, my little... section or whatever, so it was quite a bit though. Oh yeah, because it came with you got lotion, like you had like maybe a couple sets or something.
Yeah, something because
it came with lotion and perfume and other stuff.
Yeah.
Gel. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and yeah, I told you I had a Christmas gift for you, and I don't know if that was like too much for you or what, but she curved me, y'all. She kind of curved me, and she, you curved me, but you didn't curve me. You curved me in a whole different way. You was like, well, yeah, you can just come by here and drop it off in the mailbox, where I'm at, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might have said okay or something like that, but I didn't do it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'd rather give it to you face to face. And yeah, that didn't even happen. I still had that gift for her for a whole year. And so Christmas passed in 2018, and I didn't hear from you at all until around my birthday. 2019. Yeah, 2019. Around my birthday in November.
A year goes by.
Yeah.
After that incident.
Almost.
Wow. When you put the timeline to it, a year goes by.
And I still had those Bath and Body Works or whatever. I had them in my closet because I was like, man, I just give it to some other girl, you know what I'm saying, that I'm messing around with or whatnot. And man, I never did, you know, for some odd reason. I'm still living with my granddaddy, so I had my own room, and I had my dresser in the closet, and it was on the floor. It's been there for a whole year, just about, and in the same place. And when you had hit me up out of nowhere,
yet again,
the
pattern is crazy.
Yeah, you hit me up out of nowhere. Mind you, I ain't never reached out, y'all. If I did reach out, I might get a text back. I don't know. You know,
you didn't reach out.
I did.
I think after that Christmas incident, no.
Yeah,
you were
because at that point, I'm not gonna lie, I was done.
Yeah,
I was done. But I've always had a soft spot for you, though. I've always had a soft spot for you. So I was done, like, trying to meet you where you at, where you was at, kind of like trying to be there. But I was just putting the ball in your court.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want to play the game, I'll play the game with you. You know, not saying that you was playing games, but I was just letting you take the lead because I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was going to, this sounds so cliche, but bring to the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My intentions with you.
Yeah.
I knew what I was about.
Right. Because it was as if so it's as if rejection was still there even though no words were said, because you're communicating through actions.
Yeah.
How you feel without even saying them, and my actions are reflecting rejection versus what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can understand how in that moment, just leaving in the mailbox without me communicating what happened that day or what was going on with me, that is disrespectful. Like, girl, I'm at your house. You can come out and get the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Well, I would have been done too.
I saw, cause
like done. You had
me with a friend. I'm like, damn, what I do to you?
Right. And it was like, it wasn't even like that, because in my eyes, I wanted the gift, but I was overstimulated because I didn't know you was gonna buy me something, and to me, it was like, oh my God, am I initiating a relationship? With this new baby? Yeah. And it was just like, oh my God, like, well, just leave it for me, and I'll get it. It's just like, instead of us
communicating,
talking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you hit me up on the Facebook. It was after my birthday.
He was wilding.
I was
on his story,
dripped out,
drunk. Broke into not just playing. He wasn't broke.
I was not broke.
He wasn't working at Firehouse no more, y'all.
No. When that truck driver money was coming.
Truck driver.
And
ching. Not just playing.
Yeah. And it was after my birthday. I went out. I had a little small birthday dinner, and you DM me on Facebook. And it was crazy. What was crazy is that, like, me and my brother had just got done, like, kind of having a conversation about you because your name had came up, and it was like
he a op. I was playing.
It was like maybe 2 weeks prior to you actually messaging me, and when you did. And I was like, and I told him, I said, man, you won't believe who hit me up. He said, who? And I said, Jalen. He said, oh, for real? And I was like, yeah. And he said, you gonna message her back? I said, yeah, I'm gonna message her back or whatnot. Because he had knew the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then your message was, you said that hey, I know I'm probably the last person you want to talk to right now.
Man,
but
just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And you apologize for all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I never charged it to your heart.
Yeah.
You good. You good.
Yeah.
And again, I still left the ball in your court because I didn't know if this was a repeating cycle thing.
Right.
And so I was like well aware this time. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we got together. We officially got together as boyfriend and girlfriend. January, going into 2020, January 1st, and we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah.
Ain't no off and on.
No,
it was one off.
Well, it was one off. We'll talk about it later.
It was one off.
Yeah.
It was only for a few hours.
A few hours is crazy.
It was only for a few hours. But yeah, we've been locked in ever since though, man. And it has been a great ride. And it's still great. It's still great. Like, we each other's best friends. We don't want to hang out with nobody other than each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we love coming home to each other.
Yeah.
We in each other's space so much, and I know we only been married for a year, and it's like, well, what else do we talk about?
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, these and I know I'm probably moving a little bit forward, but these Christian God conversations that we've been having, I don't know about you, but for me, it's been getting a little deep. Yeah, it's been getting a little deep, and those conversations have been great.
Yeah, so it's just like we've unlocked another level of
conversations.
Yeah, intimacy.
Intimacy,
yeah.
Like
we've unlocked another level. Year one. We need those tokens like they give the people in sobriety. That's what I'm gonna ask Pastor them for. I want your token.
Yeah. But
so let me ask you this: what do you, because right now in today's culture, the girls are saying the men are sassy. The girls are saying that men are looking for the chase. So men are looking to be chased.
Yeah.
So what do you say to a man that is in your position when you were waiting on me? Like, what do you say to that man? Because it would have been easy for you to, for one, not message me back. 2, dog me out. Or option 3, get with me, but get back. Take me through hell like what you felt I took you through. So what do you say to a man that in today's society that's in the position that, or is in the position that you were in?
Well, that goes back to me saying, like, is she the one? Did you have that feeling to where, like, yeah, I want to spend the rest of my life with this woman? Did you have that feeling? Like when you first seen her, when you start having conversation, like, is she the one?
Right.
That you can't explain how she's the one. If you have that feeling, then yeah, I would say, I would advise on how I dealt with the situation, because I think I dealt with the situation pretty good.
You did.
Yeah, I think I did. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but yeah, but that's the thing. We're in a whole different time now, and I'm saying that like I'm like 45 years old or something, but it's different, man. It's so different because you have the men can't do nothing, and now, and everything is so materialized, man. It's so materialized, and once you realize it's not the materialistic thing, and it's like the intimacy and wanting to build a healthy marriage, a healthy relationship, and once you realize that, like, all that other stuff don't matter.
Right.
But to go back to your question, that the guy has to feel like she's the one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And vice versa for, the woman, but feeling chased is crazy.
Yeah, and
feeling chased is crazy.
Feeling chased, or
but I ain't gonna lie,
being a chaser.
But if a guy is so used to girls just coming up to him and trying to
and vice versa,
yeah,
it's gonna be hard for them to kind of step out of themselves, because I think today everybody views themselves as the prize, and I think that that's awesome. However, prize somehow has equaled out to perfection, and none of us are 100% perfect.
Not at all.
You're gonna be in a relationship with somebody that needs to grow, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And so, for us, because I want to dive into what even led us to get married, because right now we are in a anti-marriage society, especially amongst like our community and our generation. You know what I'm saying? So for us, even we've had to grow to understand why we needed to get married. You know what I mean? And so I want to tell them about our off point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like we were shacking up. Well, once we got reconnected in 2020, our relationship just kind of like took off. We was madly in love. We did great. He piped me up. You know what I'm saying? He got me my swag back. He got me myself, because I was so engulfed in mommyhood that I kind of let myself go.
Took out traveling.
He took me traveling. That's always been his thing, to like,
oh, I love to travel.
Show me the world. He just want to show me the world. That's it. He, took great care of my son. He just came in, like dad. And, Jace has loved him ever since, really. Ever since.
Yeah. Ever
since. So we're like newlyweds, but we're not married.
Right.
That first little period, we end up moving in together because of our work schedules. I had somewhere to stay. He had somewhere to stay. He eventually got his own place. Then I got my own place. And then we ended up moving in together.
Yep.
Because I was working and he was going to take Jace to school for me. So, the second time we moved was at our apartment in Centennial. And I believe that's where we had the most, I don't want to say turmoil, but it just seems like the challenges in our relationship got a bit difficult, because we're getting older also. Like, we're not 23 and 22 anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jace is getting older. We're running into more bills, and then COVID hits, and then, employment or whatever. And so just to paint a background as to what led up to our off point. So I was in Christ fully prior to that relationship, and then I kind of just stepped out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I always had a relationship with Christ. It's just that it wasn't as heavy. You know, we moved fast and I tumbled with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to Centennial and stuff is happening, and you know, I'm going back to what the source of my energy is, which is God. And so while I'm coming to God, I'm having convictions about certain ways that we are living together. So, I mean, well, let's just put it out there. You know, I laid the foundation for it.
Yeah,
pretty good. Girl, we was smoking, drinking, partying. I cursed like a sailor. Like, it was just, it's like I had reverted back to my old self a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I reverted back to my old self with a child.
Yeah.
But I wasn't my old grimy self. But I wasn't who I was when he was younger. Yeah. When I was by myself. Yeah. So, when I did decide to, you know, start back read my Bible and stuff like that, that's when I started to hear the Lord a little bit more in my life to try to clean up certain things or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing. I wasn't even trying to hear. I'm being for real. I wouldn't.
You could be for real, because you wasn't.
I wasn't though.
You wasn't.
Man, I was smoking every day when I didn't need to be smoking. Given my occupation at the time, which was I was driving trucks. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. And you know, I was driving trucks for 4 years. So from 2018 till 2022, I have been smoking just about every day.
Yeah.
You know, and that has really consumed. It had consumed me, and it got to a point where, like, I was smoking to eat. I was smoking because the enemy has deceived me in thinking that there's a difference in between how you, when you do smoke and when you don't smoke. But the guy that you really want to be is, you know, when you do smoke, you're more talkative, and you know, your feelings come out. You're more what is it? You're expressing yourself more and everything.
It's like you're open.
I'm way more open. You know, outgoing and a lot more open-minded. I'm open-minded, but like I'm a whole lot more open-minded.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I get what you mean. And I'm thinking I felt like I was thinking on a level that I don't think I wouldn't have thought if I was sober. And so you got all that, and you can, you know, reading your Bible and getting back close with Christ and everything.
Was going to church. We started going to KCC.
We started going to KCC, and I was going because, you know, I ain't had no choice.
No, you did.
Yeah, so I was going, but right after church, I'm finna go get me a blunt.
Was high. I'm finna
go get me a blunt.
It was high.
Yeah, and and so so we moved in there in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Yeah,
it was 2021.
2021 had to have been middle 2021 because we left.
It was.
Yeah.
It left. And so 2022 come around, and it's around my birthday, actually the week of my birthday, where I drove for Averett. It was the last company I drove for, and I was at that company for 4 months. And on that Monday of the week of my birthday. My birthday always falls around Thanksgiving. It's either on Thanksgiving or Black Friday, or it's around there. So
Right.
I think this particular year it was on Thanksgiving. So, and we were supposed to go out of town for my birthday. That Friday. I think we were supposed to go to like Nashville.
Nashville,
Just something small. Yeah, but Monday, that Monday come rolling around, and it's a 3-day work week. I get hit with a random drug test.
But before that, before that, I was trying to encourage you.
Yeah,
to slow down.
Yeah, to slow down. You did
slow down,
and
I think did you stop?
No.
Okay.
Because I had read up.
Okay.
That weekend before that Monday or something like that. So
okay, I'm jumping ahead. Go ahead.
And normally I'm like prepared because they got all this type of urine test stuff, synthetic or whatnot, that it can help you out in the drug test or whatnot. So
right.
I used to carry that with me every day at work just in case. Well, this particular time, the kit that I had, I didn't have a heat pad. I was supposed to buy another heat pad, but I didn't. And yeah, I took that test. I went on and failed that test, and of course I knew I was going to lose my job, and drove back to the facility. And man, I told them like, hey, I failed this drug test,
right.
And I know y'all gonna let me go, but I just want to let y'all know before y'all find out or whatnot. And I had called you.
You did.
I had called you before I went back to the facility, and just to let you know, like, hey,
the piss is hot.
Yep. Well, it's been hot.
The piss is dirty.
Yeah, it's been dirty.
It's over with.
Yeah, just officially they found out.
Baby sliding down the wall. But you know what? No. In my head. But in that moment, I because you have so many I told you so type of people, and I just did not want to be that in that moment.
Yeah.
Because we both knew the consequences of you pursuing that and drop, because you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah.
So we knew. I just felt like it was bound to happen, and I think you did too. Because at that space, you didn't want to drive anymore either.
I didn't. I got tired of it.
So you got kind of sloppy with protecting yourself from that. Like you said, the heating pad,
Yeah.
So when you called me, I remember to this day, I was walking out of Regent's, child, with keys just jingling because it's a little nip in the air. Girl, I said, oh my God. He done got fired.
Yep.
He done got fired, y'all.
Yep. And playing with that fire for 4 years, and that fire finally caught
Burnt
up
the
to
hell out of you. Burnt the hell out of you. And everybody with you.
Yeah. And that right there is what like put me in that mental space like that. Like, I told you that, and I had my mind. I wasn't gonna say my mind was set, but I was already mentally prepared for you to leave me. I was already prepared for that because, given the situation that you was in, prior to us moving in together and you getting your own,
Right.
It's like I had put y'all back in that situation. I did that. And you know what I'm saying? And I knew I did that. And, I take full responsibility. I take full accountability of that. And that's what hurt me the most because, it started clicking, And, And, I mean, that week went by, and I think it was that next week. No, It
It was a while.
It was a while.
It was a, but so
it was a while because we didn't really truly communicate. Again, we really didn't truly communicate on like how we was gonna move forward or what we was gonna do, whatever. So I think it moved all the way into towards the end of December.
Right.
So you talking about a whole month not really just
talking about anything really.
Talking about what had really happened and going in depth with it.
Yeah.
And so so eventually, you know, you bottled up your feelings about the situation. I didn't bottle up mine, but I was just waiting. I was waiting on like when you
was waiting on your consequence.
Yeah.
Cause I think you still was smoking.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
I did. Smoking.
Cause I still had quite a bit, and I was like, man, I might as well just gone on smoke it. Yeah, I could have thrown it away.
Yeah,
or whatnot. But
yeah,
and that's me like feeling pity on myself, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Trying to smoke that and get out of that mind space.
Yeah,
of feeling like, you know, what I had put y'all through.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah, and that was crazy. That was a crazy time.
It was, because I was like in the opposite, I wouldn't say opposite, but like you, I was trying to like line the load, because I'm like, okay, nobody wants to get fired. I'm pretty sure he's like hard on himself. You know what I'm saying? I just really want to be there. I'm disappointed, but nobody wants to be kicked when they're down. So I really was like, I can't kick him while he's down. I can't kick him while he's down. And like, you had been there for me, even though that situation wasn't my fault, but you were there for me during that time. And it was like, okay, I just need to help him get out. We're going to be good, because like, and I compared you to my dad in that moment, because it was like, and I compare a lot of men to my dad now that I look back on it, because my dad, he was going to go out and make it happen. As you know now, because my mom has told you stories. Yeah. He was going to go out and make it happen for his kids, period. And so I guess I expected that same drive from you, even if it was just slinging boxes, even if it was like I had to work at Kroger, and I think I told you that.
Yeah.
Even with bagging, just making something happen, and we'll just figure it out.
Yeah.
But I never communicated my expectations for you. I just, because of what I've seen in my life from the men in my life, I expected you to mimic that.
Yeah.
Not taking into consideration, well, what has he seen, or what does it look like for the men in his family to fall and get back up?
Yeah.
Or has he ever even seen somebody fall? Has he even been through falling himself? You know what I'm saying? So, looking back on that, it was crazy. We didn't have a lot of people to talk to. No, we didn't have a lot.
No. So, yeah, those feelings came out for you or whatnot.
Yeah.
And you was like, yeah, I think we need to, give each other some space or whatnot. And of course, me in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, there it is. It's over with. It's over with. Okay. Boo-hoo crying,
Yeah.
I just,
very dramatic morning.
Yeah. I just lost the love of my life, man. And, and yeah, so, a few hours go by or whatnot. We, give each other some space for a few hours, and we come back and we have a conversation, and you said that you gonna stay. You're not gonna leave me, and we're gonna get through this together. And in my mind, that showed me like, okay, yeah, now I understand why she's the one, because I felt security,
right,
in my girlfriend that made a marriage action. And I was like, okay, yeah. And so we did that, and we get engaged. We agree to get engaged, which man, at a man's lowest point. At a man's lowest point, again, showed me why God showed me why you're the one for me. And I'm at my lowest point. I'm not making the same amount of money I was making. I'm just bad right now, mentally. You know what I'm saying? And I can't provide for y'all the way I want to provide for y'all, like I could, you know. But for us to come in agreement and like get engaged, get married, that right there showed me even more security. Like, okay, all right, okay. At my lowest, you know what I'm saying? I will always be grateful and appreciative and thankful for that moment, you know, and what you did. And what else happened after that?
So okay, so let's stay right there, because I want to give them the details about how we even came from hanging off the cliff, like get the hell out. That's not what I said, but
yeah,
how do we come from hanging off the cliff to let's get in this covenant permanently? And I want to kind of dive into that specifically, because that moment in our relationship, mind you, we had been together like 4 years then? It was 4 years in? 3 years?
2020 officially. Yeah, 3 years.
About 3 years in.
3 years in.
So for that to be like literally the climax, like when I say our relationship just kind of skyrocketed, and then that climax moment was like do or die, so to say, for our relationship. And so as a man, what do you, because you were at your lowest, and there are conversations about whether or not a woman should support a man that, you know, can't really provide, can't do this, or should we stick around for the what ifs? Should we stick around for the possibilities? And I want to say, because you said something about like, I just knew, like, I'm at my lowest, you know, I just knew she was the one. Well, what do you say? What do you say to a woman? Like, what characteristics should a man look for in a woman when it comes to
that I mean, it was like,
because I'm trying to word the question because it's not scripted, but I had it, but it was just like, okay. But no, because I really want to speak to that group of people, because I've always seen something in you, and you had been spiraling really for a long, like prior to the big drop of the ball in the spirit, because you were spiraling. I felt it. I could sense it. I would journal about you. I would pray for you. And I'm like, Lord, what can I do?
I had no idea.
You had no idea.
And I'm just sitting there smoking.
You just sitting there smoking. And can you imagine what that does to somebody's faith? Because it's like, Lord, hold up. Now, I'm not saying take it, but, you know, I'm doing all of these things and really...
smoking away.
Man.
There, you pray for me? Lighter flick.
Man, I think for me, like, because you went to church high one time.
Yeah, I did.
And when I told you that, I think when you was coming out of, you know, and I was like, bro, you had it bad. Because you didn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Dedrick thought you was tired. No, he's high as hell. He's high as hell.
Yeah.
On a kite. He probably saw Jesus.
Yeah.
But no, so... yeah, so I was journaling for you. I was praying for you. And it was just like, the Lord was like, listen, you know, for one, we wasn't married. That's for one. And so he had brought to my attention that, you know, I had made you an idol in my life. I had made a subconscious decision that I was going to serve you, that I was going to be there for you, but I was not in that position legally in the spirit realm to do that for you.
Yeah.
And so God was like, listen, you got to make a choice. And you're going to have to let him go. You know what I mean? Mm. And so I'm fighting with that. And I understand where the Lord is coming from. You get what I'm saying? And so it was confusing when I go have a conversation after the breakup. I go have a conversation with somebody. And the Lord is saying, okay, well, get back with him.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up. Because now I'm going to look weak. So now I'm like, okay, well, you know.
Yeah.
Because I expected for you to be gone. Like, I expected for you to just not come back for maybe a couple days. Yeah. You know? But you came back. Like, I actually stayed gone purposely for a little bit. Because I was nervous, one, to come back to the house. Because I didn't know if you would be there. And then I didn't want for you not to be there. You know, I just was a mess.
Yeah.
So to come in the house, and really the Spirit had told me to initiate the conversation, but I was being like, mm-mm. So for you to come back there, I was like, okay, all right, you know, obviously that this thing isn't over per se. But really, so it goes back to my question that I really can't remember.
What do I tell a woman?
What do you say to a woman in that moment? What do you say to a woman that is banking on a man's what ifs, banking on his possibilities?
Ooh.
Is that something we should do?
Bank on it? And I'm just off our experience.
Just off our experience, yeah. That's all we can go off of.
I don't think you should bank on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should bank on it. I mean, what you did, you know, you was praying, you was journaling, you know, you was talking to God about me. And I mean, I think that's what you should bank on. Listen to the Lord on whether, you know, on whether this guy is for you or not. You know, is this the guy that, you know, God wants you to be with? So, because you can bank on it, and you turn around and it can be like 6, 7, 8 years of the same thing while you still banking on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And saying like, I know it's gonna come. I know it's gonna come. And you got to learn how to let go, too. So when you had let go, I knew it was coming before it to actually come. I felt that, and I mean, we had an apartment together, so where else we was gonna go? You know, so that too. Yeah, so we had to come back together, and I mean, we just had to talk it out. We just had to talk it out. Finally, communicate.
Yeah.
Through a hard time. A hard test. You know, but I wouldn't say you banked on it, because like you said, you put me as an idol, and God showed you that, and he gave you an ultimatum. Either let go or, you know, or whatnot. So, but ultimately you listen to the Lord. Women would have to, you know, and men as well, have to listen to the Lord, man. Get close with God. Hear his voice. Know how to hear his voice as well, and the Holy Spirit. And so, yeah, I wouldn't tell a woman to bank on it.
Yeah.
What you need to bank on is God's word.
God's word, yeah.
Yeah.
So what characteristics should they look for? What are 2 key characteristics that you felt like, well, before I even go there, you subconsciously had it in your mind that I was gonna leave you anyway.
Yeah, subconsciously. Yeah.
Because you weren't providing, and that was just.
I mean, you got a whole son,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Providing and stability was on the table to be gone.
Yeah.
So, would you say that those are the two main characteristics that could possibly a woman stick around for?
For stability
and providing. So I guess to put it in correlation with like my dad, right? Like, do you think the outcome would have been the same had you gotten up and went to go sling boxes? Do you think I would have left you?
No, because at that point, he was comparing me to your dad, and so if I had done that, no, I don't think you would have. No. Now, would we have really communicate on, trying to get engaged and trying to communicate this thing thoroughly? I think we would have got there, but it probably would have been
taking longer.
It would have took longer.
Because it would have just masked what needed to happen. Yeah. Because you were focusing on, I got it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You were focusing on the primal instinct of a man, which is to provide and stability. Provide and stability. Yeah. So you would have automatically went into your primal state, but you wouldn't have had the revelation that we've come to have.
Right.
After that breakup. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. That makes sense. So.
All right. I'm all right.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because given your background, PJ raised you, right? PJ, you've seen.
Yeah, I was around him a whole lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot of my life.
PJ is his older granddad.
Yeah. I got a younger granddad.
Because I meant to say.
Crazy. What? You know something I don't know?
PJ, what is PJ, like 73?
Man,
Girl, he looked like he 85.
Leave my granddad alone.
I got something for him. He don't listen, but I got something for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was around him. And my dad, my dad and mom was not together at all. But being around my mom and her husband, majority of my life too. Who else I was around? It's like men.
Men, yeah. I would say that's pretty much it. But like most of the time, most of your time was spent with probably PJ.
Yeah, PJ and
and your dad when you would kind of go or whatever. So it would make sense as to why you kind of honed in when you first met me on that. I'm gonna bear everything. She ain't gotta really do much. She can do what she want, but she doesn't have to do much. But I'm gonna take the load of of everything for this family.
And if they were going through, like my dad and granddad, if they were going through some bad times or whatnot, I didn't know when.
Right.
I never seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So me going through that, I don't even know how to get through that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I gotta dig into the primal, of a man and provide and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't even know what that looked like. Never knew what that would look like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got that too.
Yeah. Yeah, and that makes sense because you were with somebody that's the total opposite. All I knew was survive.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
Yeah. I knew parts of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
2 different environments.
Right, yeah. 2 different environments colliding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we decided to come back together and get engaged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're still unemployed.
Yeah.
And
almost lost my family, y'all.
You're still unemployed. You know, we get a proposition, or I send you over to my stepfather to ask him for a job, and y'all end up having a conversation.
Yeah.
I sent you in there for a job. This man went in there and got counseling. Yeah, I got counseling. This man went in there.
Yeah. Dietrich is a great guy, man. I love Dietrich, man. He's a great role model in my life, man.
Shout out to TLV, y'all. You need your cameras done. You need
put in a fire alarm system. You know.
Shout him out.
But yeah, I talk with him because I've always felt like when we talk, like I've always felt like I can comfortably confide into him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And he did his thing. He talked or whatnot, and ultimately gave me a job, and actually helped me gain a whole new skill.
Yeah. That
very appreciative of that and grateful for that, man. And yeah. So going through that, and then so the story, because you didn't get down on one knee. Our story about engagement is literally so spiritual, and I won't say prophetic or anything. So when we think about our actual engagement, like nobody was getting down on one knee. You didn't put out the rose petals or anything. I honestly initiated. Yeah.
I initiated.
Yeah, you did.
After having a conversation with my mama. I don't know what it is about talking to Nell, but it's like after you get done talking to Nell, I just be having little tidbits of wisdom when I get done talking to Nell. Yeah. So, it's like we left their office because we still had time before we picked up Jace, and we were just gonna like mess around at Wolf Chase. And man, we sat in the car because mind you, we had just gotten back together, really. So we was just sitting in the car, and it was just like, I remember being in Janelle's office, and the Lord was like, I can't protect y'all if y'all not married. I heard him deliberately tell me that. I can't protect y'all if y'all not married. And so for me, I'm like, marriage? Like, because I don't want to say I ain't believe in it, but, that wasn't really my thing. Yeah. That wasn't my thing. And I really, after going to counseling with the pastors, I really think that I had commitment anxiety. Because marriage is, to me, and that's how it's supposed to be, marriage to me is permanent. Like, marriage to me is like
through thick and thin.
Yeah. That's just it. Like, you're done. Not saying that I ever looked around, because I loved you, but I guess just the thought of not being able to get out of that situation so quickly, not being able to say, hey, we need a break. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was off the table once I got married. But I understood what he was saying to me, because obviously I was asking for something for you, but I needed it too. So it was like, I can't do what you asking me to do, and I really would love to do something for you, but I can't do it if y'all not married. Yeah. That's just not God. We talked about this the other night, how man sometimes creates a gray area with the word, and it's just like, listen, God's black and white. Yeah. He don't see gray. He don't see gray. It's his way, and then you got the other way, and then that's just that on that. But we do have grace. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't abuse it, but we do have grace in certain situations. So we're in a Wolf Chase parking lot, and I just tell him like, hey, I think we should get married.
Yep.
And that's how it happened.
And that's how I said, okay, yeah. I believe we should.
Yeah.
Because at that point, they just told me everything, like I said.
Everything you need to know.
Yeah. Man, once again, I got security. Like,
security.
What option I got?
Man, because we would talk about marriage, but it was as if it had to be some fairy tale thing. Like, I want to make sure this is right. I want to make sure we got this and this and this. We never really saw it as like what we view it today. Like, just literally God's covenant. Like, it's a covenant that God will honor. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage is very sacred and it's very important for relationship, because when we think about Genesis, man and woman took the rib out the man and made the woman. We know the story, but he only made two people. I thought that was interesting. Like, he only made two people. Like, he didn't want to make other people, like, you know what I'm saying, to kind of mingle around and populate the earth. No, he literally only made two people. Two people. So do you believe in soulmates?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I believe in it.
I do too.
Yeah, we're soulmates.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I truly do believe in that. But that's how we came in agreement to get married in the parking lot, in the car.
Line in Winchester.
In Winchester.
Yeah.
No, like you said, ain't nobody get on no knee and
no theatrics.
No theatrics. No going to the park with lights and balloons and lights inside the balloons and all that. So
we were literally just obeying God.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, because all that, that's all of that is gray. He don't care. He don't care
how it's done. Right. Just do it.
Right. He don't care. That's gray, and we just did the black and white thing, and I don't know which part is what color is good for him, but
whichever one.
Yeah. So, but
it ain't gray.
No, it ain't gray.
I don't care what it is.
But yeah, that's how we got married, and we wasn't gonna be at the church to do the elopement.
No, so we were just going to go to the courthouse. But apparently things have changed with the courthouse. You have to have appointments or it was something weird with the courtherhouse that I was researching, and then we were going to counseling anyway, and then the pastors offered, because we weren't gonna go anywhere, and they was like, hey, y'all could just do it here.
Yeah, they offered.
But even when they said that, we was just thinking in the office,
right,
type of thing.
Yeah,
until we just rethought it for a little bit. I know for me personally, like, it was just rethought. Like, nah, I think we should just share this.
I didn't care. I just wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think eventually you started not to care, because at first you was like,
I was like, yeah.
You was excited. You was like, yeah.
And then it got closer.
And it was just like, it got weird. We was thinking of, dress. It just, we started to make a thing out of it, and we was missing the point. And then I got overwhelmed, and I was like, well, to hell with it. I just want to go in the closet and do it. But then it was like, nah, we didn't told these people. Then the dates was changing.
Yeah. We was originally supposed to get married in July.
Like July, yeah.
And then we pushed it to September.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, it was I'm glad we did it, because, obviously I got my pictures. That's all I wanted. Just something for memory purposes. And it was really good. People in my family was happy. I know some people in your family was cool with it or whatever. So I'm glad it happened the way that it happened.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, me too. It was cool.
So even with our story, why get married? Like, is the juice worth the squeeze to you? What do you think?
I believe it is. The juice is worth the squeeze.
Okay, talk to me.
I believe that's what God ultimately wants for a man and a woman to get married. Okay. Oh,
ain't no confusion over here at Grace Talks.
Yeah.
That's not
a man and a woman, because that's what he ordained.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe the juice is worth the squeeze, because in the marriage, you get protection from them. And then, man, you're one flesh, so it's like two souls coming together to make one flesh. And then it's like he just blesses you. Not saying that y'all not gonna go through hard times or whatnot, but like if y'all stick with each other through thick and thin and have each other back and just protect one another and everything, it's like the blessings is just what Pastor be saying is above abundant. Man, it's like it's just 100 times fold.
Man, it is.
And it be like, and like for us, it'd be like little small blessings that it's like we just
thankful for.
Like, just thankful. It's like real small. It's like
thankful.
The juice is definitely worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
And once you get enough juice, you can have your whole manufactured juice or something.
Amen, brother. Amen. Because I ain't know where you was going with that. Amen.
I don't know where I was going either.
Yeah, I'm still using. Yeah. But so even with the thick and thin part, do you feel like, and because we don't have this issue, like I feel like there's more than just cheating that can go on inside of a marriage to where you're divorcing. You do have irreconcilable differences and all of that stuff. So what do you say to somebody facing the thick and thin, but the thick is outweighing the thin and they're ready? What do you say to that couple?
Well, I would say to what we're being told from your mom and Dedrick and the pastors, and other Christian or spiritual people that we have conversations with, is you got to pray together.
Right.
That's it. Just pray together. Don't worry about how it comes out. If you're pausing in the midst of the prayer or whatnot, you're there with your spouse. You're praying for y'all marriage to get better. I mean, that's ultimately all you can do. Pray and like really work towards to get your marriage back on back on track. So, but ultimately is it's prayer. It's prayer.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think that's what we learned. Yeah, I would have to agree with that, because we learned that even when they had the marriage seminar, that it's just something about praying together with your spouse, because the Bible does say if two or more come together and agree, then that's when the heavens will start to move.
Decree and declare.
Yeah.
Your marriage would be just fine. It would be even greater. It would be greater than when y'all said I do.
Yeah.
Pray, man. That's all. I think that's the ultimate thing. It's the ultimate weapon.
Right.
Against the enemy, because he is trying to disrupt, divide, come in between a marriage. Because like once you say I do, and I don't know, it's like for other couples, other married couples, it's like once you say I do, it's like all hell break loose.
Yeah. Because
he just irritated. He hates that. Because now you get to procreate. He wants to stop that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get to procreate. as much as the Lord allows, I guess. Between y'all two.
Now you can really have sex.
Like, yeah. But yeah, man, it's prayer, man. Talk in tongues. I'm just learning how to talk in tongues now.
That's good.
I'm not saying that, I don't think you learn. You just you just do
feel with it,
Yeah, I'll be talking in tongues sometimes.
Okay.
I know you ain't know that.
I was just gonna say, you don't sit with me in church. You be up there.
Yeah, I be.
Yeah, working the cameras or whatever you allegedly do back there. Child, it's a video clip, and I wish this was like video. It's a video clip of him back there dancing or whatever.
I put myself on the camera again.
You did?
But Marty didn't put me on the program camera.
So. Cause why would you do that?
Because I was into the song.
I know you was, but this ain't the time to play.
I just want to let the people know that the media people get it in too.
Girl, please. Anyways, okay. So, thank you for agreeing to be on the show.
Yeah.
I think this is truly going to bless somebody. Primarily, I wanted us to get on here because I wanted to speak to married couples and people that are looking to get married. Because there is just a stigma about relationships that everybody has to come to the table with a table. But it's like, how many tables do you need at the table?
Mm-hmm.
The table is God.
Yeah.
It should be God, and you should be the chair. You know what I'm saying? So the Holy Spirit can have somewhere to sit. Are you hearing me? Okay. So, but yeah, I just wanted to use us as an example and speak to younger people that are looking for their soulmates, because that's really what it is.
And another thing too, like what I appreciate, even when we was in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, like when we was boyfriend and girlfriend, like we would communicate, but like during that time, it's just we didn't know how to communicate through like a rough patch.
Yeah.
But we have always communicated with each other. And so now, us being married, we know how to communicate through a rough patch. Like, you'll be irritated with me for a few hours, or I'll be irritated with you for a few hours, and we'll just go back and communicate and be like, hey, look.
Right.
I was spiraling. I'm sorry. You want to go watch TV. You know what I'm saying?
Watch
like,
TV is crazy.
Or, you want to go to BR or go Baskin Robbins, or, you know what I'm saying? But that's just, and it's small, like for us. It's small. We say, we apologize, we sorry, and we learn from that. But our biggest thing is our communication.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dang. It's crazy, like, in that 6-year span, communication was, like, horrible. To now, that is, like, our strong suit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, communication. Communication is key. It's key in a relationship. It's key in marriage. Communication. And, there was another one, I forgot it, but as far as a young man wanting, and he has this significant other that he wants to spend the rest of his life with, and as a man, we have that instinct to where, like, we want to provide. Now, I was talking to somebody that expressed to me, like, there's different meanings of providing. So as a man, when provide comes to our mind, we thinking about money, and that's it. How we gonna pay for this? Or I need to give her some money so she can, but it's not about money. It's about emotion, spiritual, of course, physical, and just being and providing a safe space, for your significant other, for your spouse, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, those are the different meanings of providing. You provide that for your wife or your girlfriend, and communicate as well.
Mm-hmm.
Doors of the church are open.
Doors of the church are open.
I'm just saying,
Doors of the church are open. Yeah.
And and some of these girls, they probably haven't had that, or
right.
or dealt with that before.
Yeah, I think some relationships, because for one, and then we're gonna go ahead and end it here, because that's gonna spiral into a whole different conversation. Mm-hmm. Because I do want to touch more on society today regarding relationships, because it's a mess.
Yeah.
It is a mess. And so, but no, I really think that we're just fighting
against each other.
We're just fighting each other because we don't want to be seen as equal. Because being seen as equal means that for some odd reason somebody is less than. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
And like, I see you as an equal. Did you have it all together? No. Hell, I didn't have it all together either. I just had a better way of masking it because of my background of survival.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're just beating each other up, because we want the cake and we want to eat it too.
Yeah.
And hell, we want to bake it.
Yep.
We want to choose the flavor. We want to put we don't want to outsource anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's the work of the enemy, man.
It is the work of the enemy.
That way we don't get to procreate,
Yeah, well, no.
I mean, you can.
You can still clap some cheeks these days.
You can
definitely.
You can create a house.
You can do that, but it's like being committed to you forever. Oh, I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
I can have a child with you, but being with you forever is where I draw the line. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But again, that's a different topic for another episode. Yeah. You're on contract for about 3 or 4 of them, aren't you?
Let's see what this episode do. If you get more views. And,
he swear I'm gonna get more views. I just might. You were excellent today. Mwah.
We'll go back to the table.
Yeah. No. I'll put you on a 3-year, no guarantee.
No guarantee. Man.
This man got a 3-year max, no guarantee.
Man, that's crazy. I'm leaving here with something.
Man, well, I got something for you.
Man, I ain't leaving
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another amazing episode of Grace Talks Diary of a Believer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow this podcast if you enjoy listening to some of the lessons and blessings being taught here on the show. I love you guys. Mwah. That was great.